Hello guys, hey, it's Scott with Heritage Farms, Texas. Well, I'm not a happy camper today because I have to do a project that is not at the farm. It's not at the ranch. It's not doing anything fun, but it's on the honeydew list. And guys, you understand that list, right? Well, here we are. I'm in the utility room of the corporate offices of Heritage Farms, Texas. And this right here is the pain in my you-know-what today. This is my Samsung, forgot the specific model number, but it's a gas dryer. And we've had this thing about 2 years. And I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but to say I'm less than excited with this dryer is a understatement. What a pain. This thing has never really worked well. I don't know how to describe it. So thanks to YouTube, I've watched a lot of other videos and found out some possible things that could be wrong with it. So today we're going to dive into it and see if we can figure it out. I bought a replacement heating element because right now this thing runs, but it just will not dry. And the clothes don't even remotely feel hot. So we're going to dig into it, find out what the story is, and see if we can fix it. I just so love projects like this. Can you guys sense the sarcasm? But anyway, hey, I'm not going to pay somebody $300, $400, $500 to come out and repair it. When I have a screwdriver, come on, and a pair of pliers, how complicated can it be? Anyway, sit back and watch, guys. Leave a comment below if you think it's ever going to run again. There's a good possibility it may not, but we'll see. Thanks. Well, okay. I've got my YouTube pulled up on my iPad so I can watch instructional videos and kind of let you guys figure this out. So here we go. I pulled the washer and dryer away from the wall, and boy, that's a tight space. And I'm a 6'2" tall guy that weighs, yeah, let's just say I weigh over 200 pounds. Boy, that's going to be comical trying to see me squeeze into that little area. But anyway, I'm going to dig in there. The first thing I'm going to do is turn the gas off, unplug the appliance, and then I'm going to remove the dryer vent and just make sure the dryer vent is cleaned and there's no obstructions, because maybe I'll get lucky and that thing will be full of a bird's nest or something like that. And then if that's the case, hey, easy fix, right? That would explain why it's not working, but I have a feeling that's not the case. So right now, that's the next step. More info to follow. Okay, well, we're back in here. We got the vent off of the dryer. And you know what? There was some lint in there. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but you know, it's there's some. So we're going to clean this out, give us a little update here, see what we can pull out, and we'll move on to the next step. But very important to always clean out your dryer vent at least once a year, just to see what's going on, because that can be a cause of a fire for sure. So all right, more info to follow. All right, guys, here you go. So just a quick little snapshot. We finished cleaning out the duct, and a little bit more lint in there than I actually thought. We took the other hose outside, blew it off, the flexible hose, walked around to the end of the house, made sure there was nothing keeping the outdoor flap from working properly. You can actually see inside there, see a little daylight. So I think we're back to good. We'll see. So more info to follow. We're going to find out why this Samsung dryer is not functioning properly. Thanks. Okay guys, so now we're taking the top of the dryer off, and what we did right there was one screw there, one screw there on the back, and that back lid just literally pops up, and then you can slide it back and remove it. So we did that. Now we're on the front control panel. There was a screw on this corner, a screw on this corner, and then you had a couple of little plastic tabs you just have to snap up. When you did that, this front control panel comes off. We're going to disconnect a couple of wires, and then from there, we're going to remove the front door assembly. Boy, things are getting exciting now. More info to follow. Okay, well, we have the front off of the dryer. I'm not sure if you guys can see in there or not, but this is the gas regulator right here that shoots hot flame or temperature into that tube, which is then pushed back around, and that's what dries the clothes. All right, so I got to do a little digging around into why this thing is not cooling that great. So sit back and watch, guys. More to follow. Okay, guys, well, here we are, we're back, and one of the things I just did was, so this is your lint tray, or, you know, where you pull it out and you empty it every load or whatever, and of course everybody gets busy, and I'm not sure that gets done all the time. Well, this is the housing that goes up underneath here that actually holds that. Well, when I pulled this off, this thing was just full of lint, and here's the blower motor that actually, as the drum turns, you can see this thing spins as I'm manually turning this. So this is what makes, this moves the hot air, that takes the hot air, pulls it through around your clothes, and then brings it in here into the vent going outside. Well, this is the problem. I think this blower motor was full of lint. I think this tray was full of lint. The outside tray had lint in it, and I think that's the main issue. Now, this particular model of Samsung dryer came with gas or electric, and we made the decision to go with gas. It's more economical over the long haul, and normally does a better job. So I think we actually bought a heating element, but we bought one for an electric dryer, not realizing the difference in the model and part number, where this one's gas. So the heating element I have is probably not going to work, but I'm beginning to think it was the lint that was built up on the blower motor and the exhaust valve up here to the lint tray. This was all clogged up, and I think that may be the issue. I'll tell you what I'm going to do before I spend another penny on it. I'm going to clean it up, put it back together, and let's see if that solved the problem. More info to follow. Okay, guys, to recap here, what we're working on is after digging into this and looking at the drying element and everything, I really believe our problem was centered on lint. And not only was the exterior tube 20 to 30% blocked, the tube going down to the house was 20 to 30% blocked. The tray was actually cleaned, but right in here, the housing that actually takes the hot air, brings it through the blower motor. The blower motor was covered in lint. It wasn't rolling freely. Now that we've done it, it seems to be moving a little bit easier. This whole chute right here that comes up to the lint trap was covered in lint. So honestly, I think this dryer couldn't breathe. And a dryer to a certain degree is kind of like a gasoline engine. It's got to have air, and air's got to flow freely to actually make the power, to make it dry. And I think that's what we got to work on. So watch as I put this back together, and then we'll move on. There's a little connection right here, your door open sensor. Gotta make sure I get that plugged back in, or nothing's gonna work. There's a couple of little metal tabs up here. And then from there, we're ready to start putting some screws back in. The problem is, what screws go where? That's the question. More info to follow. Okay, so we came around here to the end of the house, and after we cleaned out the vent, one of the things I noticed, I could stick my finger up in here, and that trap door was not flowing freely. And when you stick your finger up in here, we were getting, look at that, big chunks of lint that just came out. Well, the problem is that was keeping that door closed and basically blocking the airflow, which was actually very dangerous. So we came in here, we cleaned that out. We cleaned the tube on the inside. We cleaned the tube going to the dryer. Then we cleaned inside of the dryer. We got it all out, and I think we're making progress. You have to have good airflow. There you go. Hey guys, all right, well, I've got the Samsung put back together. We're doing a little test cycle here. Just put it on high heat, and I'm just gonna see if it generates any heat, man. See what happens here. See what this thing feels like. So I've had it running a couple of minutes. I'm gonna give it probably another 20 or 30 seconds here, and then I'm just gonna open the door and just see if we have any heat whatsoever. So once again, Samsung gas dryer, it's about 2 years old. Basically just stopped drying, and so when we took it all apart, the one thing we noticed was there was quite a bit of lint in the exhaust tubing. There was also quite a bit of lint internally in the engine fan, and also, or the electric fan inside of it, and also in the exhaust tube going up to the lint tray itself. So let's see what we got here. Hey man, that's hot. It's very, very hot. Woo! Making me sweat. All right, guys. Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, this was a Samsung, and I think I've got it running. Mama's gonna be happy, and we all know, happy wife, happy life. Leave a comment below if you like what you saw. Not bad for a ranch hand. Hey, talk to you later. Thanks, guys.